I'm Katrina, and this is Sew and Tare, and I already started a project and I realized I need to film it for you guys. So many people have brooders that is one of these totes, and that's it, and that's fine, and it works. But when I started doing a brooder, I had a heat plate from Tractor Supply, which I do not recommend, but I had one of those and it really didn't fit in the tote. So what I did is I made this to fit it. You can fit more birds in the same space. But right now, this is a temporary measure because my birdies need some place to go because they just hatched early, and I don't have my other birds out yet because we haven't finished the quail mobiles. So, what we've done, I'll show you. What we've done is these are just 2 Sterilite containers. I've cut off the edge of one of these. So this lip belongs to the other one, and then it fits right over this. And you can see all the way down. I also cut a notch for the cord to come out for the brooder plate. If you have a heat lamp, you can use this too. You just don't, you don't need to put it inside. And then what I did is I cut out, I think I used a jigsaw. I cut out little windows in both of them, and what we did is we taped them together. You don't really have to tape the top because there's no danger of them like getting out, but tape the bottom and all along here and all the way up here. And you might take a few tapes, and we'll show you how to set this up. Alright, so I'm going to show you how we do this setup. So first I go through and I tape this way, right? I'm just doing this one for demonstration, and tape this way. Usually it's more a little even than that. And then I put, this is also kind of straight out of the garage and I didn't clean it off, which is not recommended. Don't do what I did. Then I put these connectors every once in a while, usually at a seam or where it looks a little weak. And this is not a perfect process. We'll go from here. And that's already done on this side. I need to do it on this side. Now, the same process is going to be if you only have one Sterilite tub, which is fine, or another tub or whatever. I mean, you don't have to do all the taping and stuff, but it's going to be the same process of putting down blue paper towel and all that. So that will be the same. Alright, so that looks pretty secure. Next we have this blue paper towel. We use the blue tape. This is the shop towel. It's just a automotive shop towel. And that blue is not important, but it is important that you have something that's not slippery, and regular paper towels are slippery. So, and then these are much more heavy duty, so at the end of a week you can pull this out. You probably want to change it more often than a week. In this circumstance, when I have them with this over wire, I just keep it in all week because it dries out somewhat. It's also recommended that you use a roll, because if you do sheets and individual sheets, they can kick it up more easily. So that's something to think about when you are doing this. And a Sterilite tub. Do you want to do that one side? A Sterilite tub is 3 sheets long and about one and a half wide. So this third strip here, I'm going to cut in half. So I'm going to cut this in half lengthwise, and how I like to do it is to actually fold it in half first, because then I have something to follow. You don't have to do this, but this is how I do it, and that's what you're getting. So fold it in half. Thanks, that was not straight. And then just cut it. It doesn't have to be exactly straight, but it helps if it's somewhat even. Now the purpose of this is to kind of soak up the poop, and it's used as a substrate. If you use like pine shavings, then you don't need the blue paper towel, but you're gonna have kind of more of a mess on your hands. And so you just want to make sure that that lines up all the way. If you wanted to put something over the middle, you could, but you don't have to. I choose not to because I think it just makes a little bump. Alright, so that's set up, and I have already had these plugged in, so they're already somewhat warmed up. It does take some of these some time to warm up if you're using a brooder plate. And for this one, I'm going to put one of these on each side. I had a Tractor Supply one. What I would do is I would just put it in the middle. But since we have two of them and we have a bunch of birds, then they can just set over here. Now, in a bigger brooder, I don't like to have them up against the wall because they will crowd themselves. Pull this one. So I'm actually going to pull it out a little ways. You want them to have enough room in here to get to if they don't have. You want them to be able to get away from the heat. So you want them to have enough room in here to get away from the heat. Alright, so I have my food. I'm going to put that close to the feeder, or close to the heater. And I'll start out this way, and then once the first change of the paper towels happens, I'll only put food on one side and only put water on the other side. That's just how I do it. No other reason. Oops, that's a lot. But they will enjoy this, and you can see that crumble. You can see that crumble. All it is mashed up pellets. They're not going to eat the pellets that they miss when they mash them up. And you can see that there's a variety of sizes in here. So they're going to be eating the smaller sizes and leaving the larger sizes. But that's okay, because you will if you leave it in there, they'll eat it once they get bigger. The thing about quail is they grow really, really fast. So the water, I have a little splash of apple cider vinegar in it, and put it really close to the heat source. And I also have marbles in the base. Alright, so now I'm going to put the lids on, and we're going to make sure that heats up really nice. Now when I say put the lids on, I don't mean to, like, you know, suffocate them. I mean to just put it on. And that should have enough ventilation for them. Looks like this has warped since we started. That should have enough ventilation for them. And we're gonna wait for tomorrow morning to transfer the babies in here. It should be nice and cozy in there by then. Alright, you guys, taking babies out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 66, 67. I need a container. 68, 69, 70, 71. Okay, 71 and 1 dead. So 72. 72. I think. I don't know if it's 71 or 72 because I think I grabbed 2 one time. There we go. Box of babies. I always dip their beaks in water and then put them underneath the heat. One, 2. 3. 33. 34. 35. Now I'm going to switch over to the other side. They're going to go back and forth. Right. 2. 67, 68, 69. Looks like we only had 70. I thought I picked up 2 when I picked up 1. 70, so we had a 71 hatch so far. 1 was dead in the incubator. There you go. We will let the incubator run for a couple more days. See if we get anybody else to hatch. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a successful hatch and successful brooding. And if you enjoyed this video, I do actually have a playlist I'll link above. I have I'll put it on the end screen too, a playlist for incubating and brooding Coturnix quail. And I hope you have a great day and that your quail grow big and strong.